to Texas for the services on tomorrow. So continue to keep them in your prayers as well. So we definitely thank you for that. Because I look at Elevated Not Tolerated as not just a one-time thing, but I look at it as that we're a family, and what goes on in your family affects my family, and what's affecting my family affects you as well. So I definitely appreciate you all for taking out the time with the good and not so good. We definitely appreciate you. But with that said, I do want to talk about the November 18th event. It is coming together so nicely. We have so many people that are interested in coming, and we hope to see you there as well. So we will be having Elevated Not Tolerated. It's going to be hosted at the Union Hall building here in Greensboro at 129 Industrial Avenue. It's all already posted on the Facebook page. Feel free to go out there and get your directions so you can be there and enjoying the event. We have several vendors that are going to be coming. We've got some new vendors that will be coming with us as well. I definitely have Small Beginnings Jewelry Collection. They will be there. We have Heavenly Homemades by Leslie. She will be there. We also have Avon by Miss Janae Foss. She'll be there. We have YLS Marketing Services. They will be represented. Elegant Elevations. We will be there. We also have a new vendor that's coming in, C&K Heavenly Outlets. They're going to be coming with all of their goodies for us, and so we want you to be able to take advantage of that as well. We have a few more vendors that are thinking about coming and being a part of the 18th event. We'll let you know more about that as it gets closer to that time. But we have some people that are really interested in being vendors. If you want to be a vendor, let us know. Inbox me and I'll give you the information. We don't ask a lot from the vendors, but we do have some little secret trades that we're doing with Elegant Elevations and Elevated Not Tolerated, because we like to support our vendors, and that's what we're about, is support and pushing. So if you want to be a vendor, this is the time to do it. So we definitely want to tell you about that. So the event is going to start, Elevated Not Tolerated. The seminar portion will start at 10 a.m. From 9:30 to 10 will be your opportunity to go around and look at the vendors. Their tables will be set up. You'll have time to make your orders with them. Some of them will have items on site for you to purchase. Feel free to do that. And then promptly at 10 o'clock, we'll get started with Elevated Not Tolerated. And then we have a special event segment coming up right after Elevated Not Tolerated. We're actually going to showcase one of our vendors, and we're excited about doing so. And that's one of the things that we like to do. Like I said, we like to push people in their endeavors. We like to push especially entrepreneurs who are new into the business field to get their businesses out there and let people know who they are. So after we do Elevated Not Tolerated from 10 to 12, we have a special introduction of one of our vendors who will be with us, and we're going to allow her to do a full showcase. So get ready, because Avon by Janae Foss will be our introduction piece on that day. And then after that, we've got another segment that we're putting together. We're going to tell you more about that as we get closer into the event. But it's going to be something very unique that you want to be able to take part in. We have a full day planned, and so we want you to be able to come out and be with us. You can purchase your early bird tickets on Eventbrite. The tickets are $5 on Eventbrite, so you can purchase those early bird tickets. Tickets at the door will be $6.50. Feel free to go ahead and purchase those tickets now and get your name in the pot. Those of you that get your early bird tickets, you automatically get put in for the drawing. We do raffles at each one of the events, and so your name will automatically get put into the raffles if you go on Eventbrite and purchase your ticket. Now keep in mind, when you come and pay at the door, there's also something special for you as well. We like to keep everybody happy when you come to Elevated Not Tolerated. It's one of our things that we love to do. So that's going to be November the 18th, Saturday, November the 18th, starting promptly, and doors opening at 9:30, Elevated Not Tolerated at 10. So we want you to come out and be with us. And for those of you that came to the first event, make sure you bring your thermometers, because we want to see where you've grown since the last time we talked. So we'll definitely want to be able to see that. Those of you that are new that will be coming, be prepared, because we're going to do some interesting things at this event. While we're going to do some demonstrations. And so we want to show you a few things at this event that we didn't kind of do at the first one. We kind of did, but we didn't do. But we're going to take it to another level. One thing about Elevated Not Tolerated, it goes from one level to the next level. So as many times as you can come and be a part, we love to have you. I do want you to go ahead and start marking your calendar for the February event. It's going to be February the 17th. It's the Saturday after Valentine's Day. We're going to have a big gala event on that day. We're making preparations and plans. We're going to have a catered catered luncheon on that day. So go ahead and mark your calendars. We got some special things that's going to happen that day. We haven't set the price for the tickets yet. We will be keeping you posted on that. Elevated Not Tolerated at this point will not have an event in December. We want to give people time to enjoy their families for the holidays. So we'll meet in November, and then we'll try to pick it back up in January, as long as there's no weather. But we will be coming to you by videos, and we will be starting doing some live video tapings as well. So just stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted with some stuff. And like I said, if you're interested in being a vendor, please let me know. Just inbox me and I'll get the information right back. We have a lot of people that are interested in coming and being a part, and we want to be able to push you. So with that said, I want to talk to you a little bit about a very simple topic. Just very simple. And I'm sure some of you have used it before, and some of us have heard some people talk about it. But tonight I want to talk about it from Elevated Not Tolerated standpoint. And that is the power of no. We all are good at saying yes. We're all good at saying maybe. And we're all good at making promises. But what I want to tell you tonight is sometimes you need to use the power of no. Sometimes we get so in tune to being helpers and wanting to help other people do things that we get overwhelmed. We put too much effort in saying yes, and we don't leave enough time for us to be able to replenish and refresh ourselves before we jumped into the pot. What you need to do is, like myself, you need to learn how to say no. It's okay to say no. We tell our children all the time, no, you can't have that extra piece of cake. No, you can't drive the car tonight. No, you can't go to the movies. It's the same concept. You have to know when to say no. If you can look at your book, and I have my calendar book, okay? Sometimes I don't get to write in it. But one thing's for sure, if you start looking in your calendar book and there's more things going on one day than you can handle, then it's time for you to regroup and say no. Saying no doesn't mean that you don't care. Saying no doesn't mean that you don't have a heart. Saying no means that you're taking care of business, that you're taking care of yourself first. If you can have the power to say no, it makes you think, it makes you rejuvenate yourself, it makes you refresh yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't allow all of the atmosphere and things that come to overtake what you're trying to do. Having the power to say no is a good tool. I'm learning it. It's a hard lesson to learn too. When you get to be 55 and you got to start saying no, sometimes it's hard. But if you start learning the technique of saying no now, then you won't have the problems of being overwhelmed. How do you do the technique of saying no? You weigh the odds. Is it going to be something that you can do without a lot of effort? If it's causing you to do a whole lot, and you've got a whole lot over here and a whole lot over there, then it's probably a good time to say no. I was talking to a friend of mine, as a matter of fact, I was a vendor, a potential vendor. And one thing that I encouraged was, I know you have a lot of things that you got going on. If your book doesn't allow you to be a part right now, don't feel bad. Just plan for it later. And that's the same thing you have to do with anything in your life. You have to learn when to say no. If something's not working out by the resources that you have developed or whatever you're working for, and it doesn't seem to be working out, it may be time to say no. Sometimes we have to say no to things that we really want to do. But if you can say no, it allows you to be able to marinate and think about some concept to make things better. It's okay. It doesn't say that you're a failure. It doesn't say that you're not capable. It says that you're thinking. Don't overwhelm yourself. The power of no is very easy. It's only two little letters, N and O. No. If you want to sit down and map out some things, what I've started learning how to do is, if you ask me to do something, I said, give me 24 to 48 hours. Let me see what's in my calendar. Let me see what's on my plate. As being a sole proprietor and an entrepreneur of two businesses right now, a lot of times I have to say what's available for this business and what's available for this one. If it's too much and if they're going to start colliding, then I have to set a goal sheet. I have to set out a mapping plan. And sometimes in that mapping plan, I have to say no. Even on this past weekend, I really wanted to do some things with both of the businesses, but then I started feeling a little tired. I felt a little overwhelmed. And then one of my best friends said, you know what? Take a break. Just do some other things. Let's have some fun. When you can say no and regroup yourself, you'll come back refreshed, your mind is clear, and you have new ideas to put forth. Don't worry about what everybody's going to say or what anybody's going to think when you say no. Think about yourself. The whole concept of elevated, not tolerated, is for you to think about yourself. It doesn't mean that you're selfish or any of that. It just means that you are mentally grouping yourself into an atmosphere where you're able to manipulate and do some things for yourself. Saying no is one of the best tools we'll ever learn. Saying no keeps your mind fresh. It keeps your calendar unbooked. Don't get me wrong. We want to have events. We want to do things and want to keep busy. But if you've got 10 things going on at one time, then you're not going to be able to accomplish them or go into the point of excellence that you want to be. Sometimes you have to stop. Stop doing things the way someone wants you to do. Say no. Sometimes people give us advice and we want to take that advice, but sometimes that advice doesn't work out for you. You got to say no. Sometimes you've been asked to go on several trips and you just don't feel like it. The body's not willing. Sometimes you got to say no. Saying no is not bad. Saying no is preparing you for the next step in your life. Saying no means you can think, you can breathe. Saying no means you're taking time to think about where you're going. So, just want to talk to you about a little about saying no. So, I'm going to say no to any more talking tonight. I do appreciate you all for tapping in. Like I said, we will have some live presentations that we're going to start doing. A lot of you have been asking me, why do you do the videotaping? Well, I do the videotaping because being kind of new at seeing you guys, sometimes it gets a little tongue-tied, if you will, and sometimes I just like to have a little time to review what I've produced out before I give it out to you guys. But we will be doing some live taping because I know some of you are very interested in that and you want to be able to give me feedback while we're on, while we're doing the presentation. That is awesome. I thank you for wanting to do that. I know some of you may have a problem or are unable to get to the live events and you want to be able to tap in and ask questions while we're taping, and that's great. So look for the live tapings. That's going to happen pretty soon here. We're getting some things set up so that we can be able to do that more effectively. We want to be able to answer questions throughout the event doing the sessions, if you will. Because one thing I do say about Elevated Not Tolerated is we're very interactive. I like to be interactive. I like to keep you going through the sessions. I like you to have input. I like to hear your laughter. I like to hear your moans and your groans throughout the event. So that's why we're getting ready to start doing it live as well. But I do want to say this to you. If there's anything that Elevated